then I can come and walk you over Castle Crag. I'm doing it quite quickly, folks, because I've got people on their way up and I'm very sorry I cannot talk to a camera with an audience. Greetings, folks. Slightly unusual one this time round, but I've already gone and taken the images that I want to take. So this is a bit of a recap, I guess. And the reason why I did it that way was the light was changing. I had mist over the lake coming and going, so rather than try and record to camera and do it, I just thought, right, I'll just do it. But this is the top of Castle Crag in the Lake District, just above the village of Grange. It's not a location for the faint-hearted. It's quite a slog to get up here, but the view when you get up here is pretty spectacular. And the 360 degree that I gave you right at the very beginning, that's what you can see from the top of Castle Crag. The challenge up here, though, is there is so much to look at and so much to see, and trying to find a composition that hangs together is actually quite challenging. I'm just moving around a little bit because there's a composition over here I want to talk to you about. So let me spin the camera around. So that's that was composition number 2 or 3, I think it was, where you have this path here that takes you then out to the hills beyond. When I got here, that mountain there was more visible, and it's actually got snow on the top of it, just on the peak. I have actually done a close-up of it just to try and capture the snow. It's just got a dusting, like somebody's put some icing sugar on the top of it. Absolutely beautiful. Then I think composition number 3 or 4 was over here, which is this collection of trees. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So sort of like that. I mean, the challenge being the sky up above. It was a little bit darker when I did it, but I just love the fact that they're all sort of blown in this direction, apart from that one that seems to be blown in that direction. So I'm sort of being taken, oh, where's my finger gone, sort of in, and you're then held in the scene. So that works quite nicely for me. The last composition I tried was, hang on, where was it? It was over here somewhere. Oh, in fact, there's my camera right there. Was, zoom in a little bit. Where is it? It's this little tree, all on its own. In fact, there's another one right in front of it, which is a little bit stunted, but it's in full autumn splendour, so it looks absolutely stunning. In fact, it's actually got a little bit of light on it, so you just bear with me a moment. I'm just going to capture another frame of it whilst it's got light on it. There we go, click. And I love the fact that it's growing out of a slab of rock, for crying out loud. It's hanging on, it's showing off. I find, you know, little plants like that just absolutely amazing, and the fact that it's showing off its full autumn colour just makes it all the more appealing. In fact, it's actually now got a little shaft of light on it, makes it look even better. And then back where I started, let's zoom out so you can see the full view. Now, I've been here before, and when I was here before, oh wow, look, you can see in the distance there a swathe of mist over the lake. When I was here before, it was on a bright sunshiny day, and it just, I don't know, it didn't really look like anything. And there's a row of white houses sort of down here somewhere. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't really see it. And the sun was just bouncing off those white houses, so much so I think if I was to use the image I took, I'd probably Photoshop them out. But what works for the scene? I've got a bookend. I've got this tree here. I've got the river running through the valley out to the Derwent water over here, and then you've got the mountains and the mist up above. You're being taken on a little journey into the scene, into the atmosphere. Arguably there's no bookend over here. I'm kind of relying on that slope being the bookend. There are some trees over here. Again, I need my glasses on. There's one here. I'm not sure whether that was in my frame or not, but that would act as a bookend just to contain what's going on and allow you to be clear what is it that I'm looking at and what is it that I want you to look at. So that's just a little wander over Castle Crag. I found it a challenging location, but also quite a satisfying one. I think there is plenty of potential here. I think it's one of those locations that you need to visit in differing light, because I think it would look different and the objects that jump out and appeal will be different every single time you're here. That mist really looks stunning. And in fact, let me spin the camera around again. In fact, there's now just some little, is that far as it will zoom in? Yes, it is. There's just some little spots of sunlight appearing all over the landscape. I think that's worth another view, another explore. So I'm going to do that before I leave, because if I don't, I think I will regret it. I hope you've enjoyed a whistle-stop tour of Castle Crag and the images that I created up here. If you're in the Lake District, I would thoroughly recommend the effort it takes to get up here. It's well worth it. So thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe, and then you'll see new content. And I can just see a bobble hat coming towards me, so in fact I can also see a red squirrel, which is quite cool. So I've timed that just right. Thank you for watching. Keep taking photographs, keep getting out there, and I shall see you all soon. Take care.